Wow, am I huge? Am I really big? No, I'm fine. Okay, weird. Ah, hello. Hi. Trying to figure this stuff out. I'm doing a new camera setup because I wanted to do some stuff hands-on. I've got a new microphone too. I'm trying out the smaller one of the little Rode mics I have because I kind of think it's nicer. He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. It's right here. Hello. Welcome back to my weekly stream. This time I'm playing with electronics, so that should be kind of fun. I'm gonna drop. Is the music level okay compared to my speaking? Because I'm not sure how it sounds. I know I can learn how to do monitor stuff, but I keep trying to add like 1 or 2 things a week. Like I added a slideshow intro at the beginning, which was kind of flashy, nice, I guess, I hope. And that's cool because I can just keep adding images to it as I do stuff, which is kind of fun. Voice can be louder. Let's see here. How do I increase? I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit, and then I'm going to see how I can. I don't know if I can make this louder. Can I make you louder? Advanced audio properties. Oh, there it goes. Rode Direct. Oh, here we go. How about we do it? Is this better? Is this? Can you hear me now? Is this my voice? Is that my voice? Is that better? Give it a second here. Pass through. Hopefully it is. Trying stuff out. Anyway, today, while I wait to hear back from you guys, today I'm going to be working a little bit on music down more. Okay. Ooh, how's that? We'll try that out. Trying that out. Woo! Okay, we'll try that out, see how it goes. So yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing today is, I've got a new camera set up. We're gonna try this out. Here we go, are you ready? Are you ready? One. So now I've got me over here, where I am, and then this is what I'm working on. Whoa, so hopefully we can kind of play around with that and see if it looks good. And if not, then well, but I want to try this out. See if we can get something that I like for working on with in the future. I've got like my camera rig and all this stuff over here. I've got some stuff over here. I feel like I need a little bit more light from maybe over here. What if I do like this? What if I move this light? I moved this over here just a second ago. What if I move it over here and turn it up? Dim plus. I bet you I could probably move it closer to me too. There we go. Hey, that looks better, I think, maybe. Now my light is lower here. What if I just lower this one down just a little bit? Figuring science. That's pretty even. I think I'm gonna try to raise this one up a little bit. All the way, like, hey, that's fine. If I do this, this is gonna be just annoying. It's fine. I don't like how bright that is. Thank you. Look at my cool setup. Ver here was in this studio. This is my like cool cart. She saw my cool cart recently and was able to enjoy it. And now I'm using it again. Okay, so here's what I'm working on. First thing today, I just ordered a bunch of new stuff. In my cosplay for Vortex, this was the controller that I used before. The problem is it is kind of big and it doesn't fit so good. The cabling came off at a weird angle. So my thought was improve it with some better controlling stuff, some smaller pieces. And I have these little guys. Look at these little guys. Comparison in controller buttons. These little guys I had in a kit, but I went ahead and ordered a bunch of new stuff. So this isn't even open yet. Look at this. Look at I'm gonna move the camera back just a little ways so you can see closer, right to the edge of the table here. That looks better. All right, so I've got this stuff here, which hasn't even opened yet. We're gonna savor the peelies. Oh God, they're sticking. It's sticking to me. But these are a bunch of switches. So I got a bunch of switches that I'm gonna be going through, play with. There's 420 pieces. We're gonna play around with gonna be playing around with using these switches. So these are kind of cool. They come with a couple of things here. There are all these switches, they're all different in height, okay? So my thought is play around, and like you can see here, these are two different ones, right? Same switches, two different heights. So my thought is, if this is attached to my thumb, right now my thumb sits here, and it's hard to hit the further buttons because they're flat with the back buttons. But what if those buttons were taller and these buttons were shorter? What if, imagine if that were the case. So I'm gonna try just setting this thing up. I've got a few other things to play with along this path. So I'm gonna set this up and see how this feels if I was to put a few of these buttons in this little breadboard. And we'll wire it up later. Actually, I want to see let's see the far buttons, the long buttons in the back. I'm gonna go like right here, so I can cut that a little bit shorter. That looks good. That might be a little too tall. Let me try like a mid-size here. Yeah, right? So that's step one. Step one is just make these buttons a little bit easier to touch. Okay, so we're gonna keep them pretty close to each other because I like the proximity, but I just need them a little easier to put my finger on. Let's push this. Oh, oops, a little funky. It'll be fine. We're just gonna push these into about the right spot. Make sure they're kind of flat in here. This breadboard's a little funky for this, but it'll work. Once I solder it all in, everything will be happy, hopefully. And then the little guys are gonna be the next two. So the coloring on the buttons doesn't matter too much. What I did last time, which is Ver actually suggested it when we were hanging out before the cosplay contest, was add a little bit of glue to the top of one of the buttons so it's obvious which one it is. But in this situation, I shouldn't need that even, because I won't, these should be more, everything should line up a little bit better. Oh yeah, that feels nice. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. Very fidget toy. Wait, in honor of my original version, actually, I'm going to keep the colors the same though. Exactly the same in their exact locations. This will make me feel special and cool. So we have green, yellow, red, and blue. It's like Simon. Yeah, and I've got a bunch of new stuff to play with in regards to all of this setup. So, oh, interesting. The button heights don't change that much when you add these things. So let's see something here. Green, yellow, the yellow one. Let's see if I put it on there. Oh, but it doesn't quite squish on in the same way on that one. Are the gray ones smaller? Is there smaller sizes, or do I just need to like put a little bit of tape around it? Nope, they're all the same size. So I'm gonna do something simple. Grab a little tape. Got some double stick tape down here and a scissor. And let's see if we can make this work. I'm gonna split this right down the center. I'll probably glue this in if this works, but temporarily, I just wanna see what this feels like. I have to hold my hands up here. I'm so used to not doing that. So I'll try to do my best. Yell at me if I mess that up. It's okay, I won't cry too hard. Okay, that was way too much tape. Oh, that feels good. Oh, maybe too much still. Well, okay. Let me just do a single loop of it. That feels good. Yeah, is it moving? Or I just don't want to show my crotch. I just need to like get closer to the table, I think, is part of it. Maybe if I move the things to the side, move that to the side, that'll kind of force me into this position a little bit better. That feels better. Okay, let's see here. See the difference. It's pretty high now. Okay. It's gonna take me a little bit of work to getting used to like working for the camera. Working it for the camera. Yeah, that feels better. I think this might be too tall still. This is much taller than my old one. So I'm kind of, I kind of want to see if maybe it's just, instead of this, the buttons on there, I just do the little tiny buttons. Because I don't really want it to be thicker. I just want it to be better. Does that make sense? Thicker starts to become problematic in the sizes. That feels better. It wasn't hard to distinguish them before. Them being bigger made it harder to get my thumb across, and them being flat made it really hard to touch the back ones without touching the front ones. So yeah. Let's see here. What is the next step? Now, okay, so that was step one. Now I bought a bunch of other stuff to play with. And the second thing I want to play with is these guys. So I bought these little switches, right? And I need to, but here's my thought. One of the issues I had with this is we programmed, TK, who programmed this for me, programmed one of these buttons to be like long pressed. If you long pressed it for like 2-3 seconds, it would stop the program. It would just pause the program, the light would go off, the ears would stop moving, tail would stop moving, that kind of stuff. Problem was, when I picked up the prize, I long pressed and locked everything out, basically. And I couldn't get it back on because I was holding something in my hands. So I want the on-off to be handled with a switch. So I bought switches for that exact purpose. And hopefully we can find one and just bend it and make it work for what I want to do here. Or I can, this feels good. Yeah, so like the idea is just put this somewhere. Maybe it's down here or something. Definitely not above. I think probably the side would be the best. Maybe it's a little further away. Because right now, that's about the same width as this thing. I want it to be narrower though. I want it to be as narrow as possible. So maybe it's that way. That could be fine. Or I turn it sideways. Another option would just be to turn it sideways. So that's step 2. I'm gonna hold off on that because I still have one more part that I want to add in here and kind of figure out, okay? And that part is the last little thing that I got today, which is, recently, which is, so these are cables that I bought recently, so that'll be useful. Little wires. These are the 90-degree pins. I want this, I think it's this one. Let's see what we got in here. This is all taped up. Let me see here. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything else anywhere else. I know I have a bunch of other stuff down here, so we might have to pull into that. I definitely will want this one. All right, hopefully this will give me what I want. So these are just cable connections. I was thinking what I want to do is attach a 6-wire one somewhere on here. So there's the 6 male and the 6 female. So these kind of just snap together. These kind of just snap together like this. Boop. But I was thinking of just having one of these attached to this board, maybe under it, because would that work? If I directly attach some of this there, that might work really well. It's a little tall still, because I want to avoid it being this tall. So I wonder if there's another thing I can do here. So I'm going to look at some of my stuff. I have a bunch of these toys that I bought recently. Oh, interesting. Okay, so maybe I don't have what I thought I did, which was a flat guy for these guys. So I wonder if I should just connect this permanently like I did this other one, but just have it going off the correct path this time. I feel like that would be pretty smart. It would just be a matter of like, then I could even have the cable connector somewhere down here. So they would be a little bit separated. If I wanted to do that, or I just have it connected permanently to this wire in a replacement setup. That would probably work, actually. Yeah, because part of the problem is just this, like I would love it to just come right off the end here and just be, everything is just smaller, right? Because this might even be too tall. I wonder if the next size down is. This looks like the next size. Yeah, it's the same size. Oh, these two look two different sizes. All right, so let me see what these different sizes are. 9, 8, 7, 6. Maybe this size? That's shorter, but not a little bit bigger than that. Let's try that out. Oh, I like that. That feels pretty good. And I think I'm going to end up like printing a 3D printed housing for this. Just a little something super simple to clean it up. And then just have the 4 buttons sticking out the top and the switch. Okay, we'll switch this one back out for this one. This is the height. This one I think is the next height down. So it's this one. It's weird to be working on a cosplay and not having like a tight deadline for me. I wonder if I could like, betcha I could, okay, here's what I think I want to try to do. So the buttons work across this way. So I wonder if I just trim off. I'm going to try this. I have lots of them, so I'm going to be able to play around with it without any issue. Oh, got my stand goal. Great, cool. Let me double check that that's the case because my brain is now overthinking it. So I've got a little tester here that I use. Very cute. We're gonna put these guys in the bottom. Noted. It's hard for me to actually zoom in on this because it just sees it as a camera. So that might be something I affix for or play with for the future because I've never actually used my camera in conjunction with this stuff before. All right, so that works. So theoretically, if I touch this side here, that's the same. And then it shouldn't work if I do it this way. So we're gonna pop that on there, and then this shouldn't do it. But if I tap that guy, tap the button whilst doing it. Okay, cool. Yep, so it's side to side, just like the other one was. Cool, we'll keep that there because we'll need it. I'm gonna cut off 2 of these little guys because I wanna make this thing smaller. And I don't need all of this. So there we go, bye. So long. And then we'll do, I just wanna I'm gonna bend this guy in just to hold it down. And the 3D print housing should be the thing that locks this off. But that will tighten everything together a little bit better. And then I'll also have a little less stuff sticking through. So that'll be nice. Actually, I wonder, should I go the other direction? That kind of feels better. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just bending these pins down. Cool, that looks better. Yes, good. Just trying to get this situated right here. This is, when I made this first one, I made it at like 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning. I was just like in a zone, like having to prep for the con and my brain was not letting me sleep. So I was like, okay, well, here I go. I'm gonna get, who needs sleep when I have Vortex to make? I'm gonna grab my hot glue gun and turn that on too. I also got some fun new stuff to play with. So this is a cool little, these are little breadboards that go on top of the Arduino setup. So I've got the Arduino thing there, and these guys actually can fit on top of it. So I can rewire this to just snap into place, and all of this wiring will stay separate. So if I need to replace stuff, it'll be a little easier than the currently hot glued leads and stuff, which is kind of cool. So that's fun. And this actually came with a bunch of different options, which is pretty cool. And then a bunch of little various parts. I also got some new heat shrink tubing. This is like braided heat shrink tubing. It's really nice, beefy kind of stuff. And then what else did I get? I got a bunch of wire. So that heat shrink tubing will go around the wire. And actually I might just play around with using that, see how that goes, instead of using this current setup of wire. But yeah. Okay, so there's this one. All right, so I'm gonna move some of this away. I'm gonna turn on my soldering iron. Cool. So now these buttons are much closer together, much happier. Might need to put just a little piece of electrical tape in between them just to make sure that they don't touch. Have electrical tape. Let me just do a little test. You doing? Always got to be tangled. Okay, yeah, they are touching each other. We don't want that, that's for sure. Okay, so let me see if I can find my electrical tape. I think if I just put a little bit of electrical tape between the two of those, everything will be happier. Oh wait, I know where it is. It's in this bin, because everything got spread out over time. I've added and subtracted to this list of stuff that I have, but I haven't. Whenever I add a new bin, I don't necessarily take everything out of old bins immediately. So this should work though. I've got some. My husband's been bringing me electrical tape. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is to make my life easier, I'm gonna solder down the first two, then put the electrical tape on, and then solder down the other two. So I'm just gonna take this guy. Okay, bring that over here. Can I zoom in at all? Let's find out. So that button doesn't do anything. No, there's no way I can do that. Okay. I bet I could zoom here. Let me try something real quick. Duplicate. Okay. We're gonna do studio mode. Just give me just a second. I want to. There's like a. Oh my gosh! I can't remember what this was. Cancel. It's like the this is the one that I can't remember how it works. This isn't transform, it's edit transform. Okay, cool. We're gonna scale this in quite a bit more. Edit transform, and then we will drop left 200. This doesn't work quite as well as I wanted it to. That should be better. Yeah. And redo. So the phone camera right there. See if it works. Yeah, I just can't get the transform to work. The cropping. Try that out. Oh wait, I have an idea. One more edit here. That should be. Try that out. Okay, just a sec. See if that's any better. That looks more zoomed in. Cool. My light moved down. My light fell over. Cool. Okay, so that should be a little bit more zoomed in. And now we can do some soldering. Maybe, if I don't burn myself first. Blow some water on this thing. Make sure these look good. Which side has that? Yeah, let me do this real quick. I'm realizing that my solder points are on the back and I'm messing this up. Okay, that's better. We put these through this side because then we can actually use the soldering points. Correctly. Silly me. Just got too excited. All right, so now I'll try that out. That feels better. Cool. Let's just straighten these out a little bit better. I'm just gonna use a tiny, tiny bit of hot glue to keep this from moving because honestly, it's being a little fussy and I just don't want the solder, I want it to look good. To be nice and square and easy to mark where everything goes. Because I'm gonna be, if I'm making a housing for this, it needs to be perfect. There we go. That's looking better. That feels better. Okay, cool. Now we can solder that into place without it worrying about, oh, minus the glue balls, glue webbing. Fun fact, this hot glue stringing is how like haunted houses in Disneyland use all of their spider webs. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? They use that and then an air compressor with a little nozzle right below it. And spray that crap super fast places. That looks great. All right, so those are soldered down to the board now. Boop. Now I'll do the, I'll put the piece of tape in there, just so those contacts don't touch. Might even cut this a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna just take this out of here, just clean up a little bit of this glue so that it's not in the way of the tape. And honestly, I probably can just remove the hot glue now even. Take that, and I'm gonna grab a little pair of tweezers here. Just to push that into place. Ooh, it's not sticky. Oh, that's great. And then we'll do the same thing again on the top. before we commit to anything too much, do a test. Just to make sure we didn't mess this up. A little bit of hot glue will work though. Putting that in there. That feels great. Let's do my hot glue on the end again. This camera setup seems to be okay. Hardest part is just staying above it. You know, just touch my thumb with the hot glue nozzle. That's fine. It's fine. It grows back. Fingers grow back, right? That looks pretty good. So before and after, slightly smaller. So this will fit. It's still wider or taller than I necessarily really want it to be. It's a little bit shorter than it was before though, overall. But I think this will work better. If I should have done these little guys in the front. Actually, I wonder, yeah. What if I did that instead? Because the original, these little guys are so short. But they won't fit out of the thing. So I'll just pass on those. I'll just do this. We'll see how it goes. Feels good. So like the thought is it'll probably be against my own hand here. And then I want the cable to go out to the side. So we'll do something like it'll end up in here like this because my thumb isn't usable. And then I just need to have the switch in here too. Yeah, I think if I could just do the switch a little bit in here, the switch in the same spot. Yeah, I know, I left you on for a while. You'll turn off, it's okay. It's okay, go to sleep. Sleep. I kind of want this to be sideways. If I have, let's just do a quick test this way. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll just leave it on the front. It'll be fine. I'm gonna solder these other guys down now, since they're looking good. Get out of there, please. Thank you. This is just gonna go like this. Cool, looks good, okay. So now we got our buttons. We just need our switch. Heat this hot glue back up again. All right, cool. So there's my little button box, theoretically. I'm gonna get rid of one of these guys. Okay. So now I just need to wire things. The question is, do I want to wire? Well, how do I want to do this? I could. I think I want it to have a connector. Or do I care? Does it need a connector at all? All right. That's on. This will be off. On, off. That feels good. On, off, and then the buttons. Is that the shortest one of these that I have? Yes, okay, cool. There's a bunch of these guys. Some of these are beefy boys too. Yeah, multimeter, just making sure I know it's still alive. All right, so I think that's good. I think what I want to do is I'm going to do a quick test of the multimeter on these buttons and make sure that they're working. So nothing should pop when I hit these things. Nothing should pop when I hit these. These should nothing should pop at all. Okay, cool. I love that. Love that for me. I love that for me. Now we're gonna go figure out how I had this wired up before. I don't really want to use this cable. I want to, so the thing is, it's gonna be, where's my cool, this is what I was gonna need for this. So this goes from my hand to a box in my chest. 36 inches is probably enough, though I might want a little bit extra, so maybe I'll go to 40. I'll give me a little bit of wiggle room. 44, I can always wrap it. I can always cut it shorter too. So let's go 44 inches. I'm gonna go 44 inches and I'm gonna try grabbing all of my wires and measuring out to 44 inches. Because yeah, I can always cut this shorter, so it's no big deal. We're gonna pull out 1 more inch and then we will cut these. All right. Oh, one went back in. What a jerk. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna try to wire this how it was wired before, because maybe that will be helpful. Seems like it would be helpful, right? So if I go back to the back, the red one goes to the red, orange and blue, yellow to yellow, green to green. The green is ground. No, the green is green. Yep, the green is green. The white is the ground that goes across everything else. All right, that looks right. Yeah, we're just analyzing this bad boy. And I cut one of these right off at the top because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here, right? Yeah, there's the other one that I cut off. So white is the ground, which should line up in here too. Green is ground. Green is ground. Green is ground. White is what? What's white going to? White shouldn't be going to anything, right? Yeah, so white is not existent. I think it's just there. Yeah, okay, so the white is not going to anything. It's just in there and glued. All right, that's beautiful. I love that for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, ground, and then this one. So that will be my white wire, is this on and off switch. That seems useful. All right, so let's grab one more tool. The guy that will save me so much effort. I love this little stripper. I love this stripper. It's such a good stripper. Look at this stripper. Just grab it, pull it, grip it and rip it, baby. All right, so we're just gonna start with the green as the neutral color. Is my 5 volt out? Yeah, okay, Cool. Green is ground. So my ground is going to go, actually before I even go any further, I am going to shrink this bad boy. We're going to make it shorter by cutting off the ends. Yep, that's what I thought would happen. I want it small. I want it tiny. I can add to it if I need some more width, but I definitely just want it a little guy. I'll give it this much extra for now. Ooh, my printer finished. Nice. That feels good. I'm gonna do this side too. Honestly, I don't know if I'll even want a 3D printed housing for this. It's so small now. Look at how tiny it is comparatively. Just a little guy. All right, so we will, I think I'm gonna destroy this connector. No, we'll destroy, yeah, we'll destroy the further back connector. And then we're gonna connect the green here. I think I've got my little clippy boys. Where's my little clipper? There you are. All right. All right, so I'm going to just solder this guy on here. I always forget not to grab things with my teeth, especially like, you know, soldering irons. You think I would be cool with not doing that kind of thing, but sometimes it just sounds fun, right? Just a little solder iron treat. Okay, so this is gonna just solder a little bit extra in here. All right, so now I'm going to connect the two joints. So I'm connecting all the inside ones together with some very pretty soldering. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a big clunky boy. Tasty. I've got fans going in here. It's kind of blowing everything out of my way, but this is the lead-free solder too. Beautiful. Look at that ugly ass solder. I like it. Good enough for me. And we're going to connect this across to the top wire of this on-off switch. Cool. Love that for me. All right. Oh, we got one. It definitely did not connect across this. That looks good-ish. It looks like it'll work. Yeah, solder fumes are fun, aren't they? Oh wow, it's almost 8. Look at that. So that's connected, or I think. We're gonna do a quick test. All right, theoretically, if I put this here, then I touch this here, it should connect. Ooh, yeah, okay. It feels good. Okay, now the second half of this test is, if I do this, okay, so the on-off switch is working. If I do this, it shouldn't make noise. That's a good sign. Now, I'm just gonna push. Ow, ow, hot. Heat down, please. Cool. Cool it. Okay, so that should do nothing until I hit the button. Nice. That's not making any noise. Oh, because I bet you that's in the way, huh? Yep, okay, that one's in the way. Okay, everything's good. Everything's working. We have our main little wiring going through everything, which is perfect. Now we gotta do paint the rest of the owl. Okay, so the red one is bottom right. Where did my little wire, where did my mess go? Keep losing it. It's over here now. So the red one to the red one, which is down there. Let's do the red one next. Should be down there. I have this little aluminum clamp thingy from Radio Shack years ago when from my first soldering kit, and it is kind of amazing because it just chills out and holds things super well. And it dissipates heat fast too, which is kind of great. I'm gonna put this like that so that it comes close to that. And then like that. And we'll just solder this bad boy. Pull this wire out of the way. Make sure that looks better than it does. Like that, it looks good right there. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. A little bit more on there, just to make my life easier. The problem is this, now the wires are pulling me down. Put them on my leg, that'll probably make it easier. Love it. Looks good. Next is blue. Yeah, right. I miss Radio Shack. I miss so many of these places. Radio Shack, Joann's. I wish we had like a micro center here. That's another one that like I would die for. I recently found at least a neat little electronics place. The blue should be this one. I should probably be starting in the back ones actually. Here, I'll wait on the blue. Let's do green. Let's do. Did I do this backwards? Black. Yes, black is green. So let's do black. Which should be directly above here. I'll just put this right there. That should work. Yeah. Come back. Oh no, we lost you. We lost you. Come back to me. So we'll go like this. Take the clamp. The clamps! Oh, wire got loose. This will be so much nicer than the previous setup was. Hopefully. It's that kind of thing that you don't learn about it until you use it, right? Like, I hadn't used this button thing in practice. I came up with the idea for it and wired it up like 2 days before the con, but you don't get to practice with it at that point. Really, like you get to test it, but that's not the same as having it in your fursuit hand and like checking it out, you know? That looks good. That looks like it might have connected. So let me do a quick test of the multimeter. This will be pretty easy, huh? I should do to like if this, if I held that there, and there, nope. That does it, but that doesn't. Okay. Looks like we're good. If you keep that separated, we should be fine. Cool. Buttons. Yeah, TK, look at my new buttons. So this was V1. You remember this. This is V2. It's a little bit smaller. TK here was the one who programmed this stuff for me, made it magic, made magic happen. You should. I think that'll work. That feels good. I might just put a little bit more solder on there. I think it just needs a little bit more. I'm a little worried about that connection. I'll hot glue this down too, I guess. But I just see some wires moving around a little bit, and that's not what I want. Oops, did it move? It moved. You don't want that to happen. Definitely don't want that to happen. Let's try this. Push it. That looks good. Good. A quick test again. Should be fine. Okay, good. Yeah, we can do, let's make some more Simon stuff. So I was playing with Botango TK. That's that application I talked about with the servos and shit. And it looks cool. Theoretically, we can program movements within that then go program directly in Arduino. So you can be like, you can actually grab things and puppet them in the application and then save them to the device in those setups. So I kind of want to test it with Vortex first and see if we can make things happen. And then move on to, let's see, orange is the next one. Orange, do I have an orange? No, we have a blue. No. No, we wanted, so blue is close. I want yellow next. But yeah, it looks like a cool solution for stuff. Right? Yeah, it's cool. I downloaded the manual to my iPad so I can just start learning because it's a lot of stuff. But like, I can import my 3D models directly into the software and then program them, like add servos and movement pieces to that. So theoretically, we can play around with some fun stuff. Should be good. And blue is next. Yeah, I'm very hopeful for that setup. I was looking, they have a kit that's like a robotic parrot that you can buy that just like comes with everything you need to do it. And it like includes, like, you can just download and play with their 3D model setup of it. So you can like learn through that, through an example. And that looks really cool. I just don't know if I can afford $300 for that on top of this other stuff that I've got in my life. That was a little too much solder. But yeah, it looks cool. That setup is really fun looking. All right, so we got one more wire to do. One more wire to do. What's the color? Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. If that was really loud, I just like resonated. That was really weird. Too loud. All right, this is too much wire for sure. Can I bend this one? Oh, that's actually a great idea. Bending that one down is a really good idea. Okay, cool. Yeah, it like I like resonated to myself. It was in a very weird way. Just my, Gregorian throat singing practice is paying off. Or whatever. All right, theoretically, solder this one. This will be the last solder connection we'll need. A little bit more water in here. Clean off my tip. Get back over there. All right, that looks good. All right, button box 2.0 looks done as far as the basics go. So now the theory is, what I'll probably do is have this in the hand of the costume about right here. Right here. Wow, that feels pretty good. So I can like turn on and off. A little harder that, which is good. And then the 4 buttons. So there are 4 buttons and a switch. I have a switch for the on and off, and then the 4 buttons. So it's the same amount of buttons theoretically, but we'll change the programming for the turning on and off to the actual on and off switch. Does that make sense? Yeah, that feels pretty good. It's definitely hard. Like, I wish there was a better way to do this. Because like I feel like if I had this in a thing, it would be easier to do. Or maybe like, what if it's like right along my fingertip, like right there? That might work. I'm gonna have to attach this into a glove. That's a good spot actually right there. That feels real good. So the switch is, yeah, it's just gonna be on off. Yeah, so it'll be high when it's open, or when the circuit is closed, low when it's open, if that makes sense. And then theoretically, just do this to it. So this is the heat shrink tubing. Me too, as soon as I'm done with this stream. Yeah. Yeah. Got him. All right, let's just see if I can get these wires in this tube. Slowly getting my way through. The long tube, the braiding makes it really hard to slide it through, especially because it's like silicone wire, so it's like really soft and flexible. There it goes. Yes, good. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, buddy. I might switch these, wait on these connectors, because these ones I like, but I think I want something slightly different for the sake of what I'm doing. I feel like if I would use like a stiffer wire or something to get through this, like a coat hanger kind of thing. Oh, and I just did my workout. Nice. Burning all my calories by streaming. Didn't know I could do that. Oh, you're right here? How are you right there? I thought you should be through by now. Get in there. Yeah, I've got more Slay the Spire to play. Oh, yeah. I should check in with him to see if he's made any headway on pairing various Bluetooth things together. It's really good. I had this, okay, so I normally don't like, here, we'll go back over to the, hey, I normally don't like the fighter swordman dude, the first dude you always get. But yesterday, when Scatter and I were playing a duo round, I had this crazy build that would do like 200, 300 damage without playing a card. It was just like it was like he used to have like a strike build, right? And it was great because like you'd have like the true strike Iron Chad, there you go. You'd have that true strike ability that was like, or whatever, that was like, for every strike in your deck, do +3 damage to this or whatever. So I just started loading my deck with strikes and thinning out some strikes and other things. But then I got a power that was, if you draw a spike, play it immediately. Don't worry about cost, just play it. And then I got a couple of those like strikes that are like, draw 2 more strikes. And then a bunch of other, like another draw something card, and then like another thing that all synergize with it. And it's just a bonkers way that like, I would just like a draw would do, my start of my turn would be like 200 or 300 damage to the, like, it would just like, once things started going, I was just like crazy. Okay, what is going on? This is awful. Oh, we're getting close though. I think. Yeah, it was a fun one. Yeah, I don't know how, I still don't know how you managed to do like the crazy high difficulty runs, because you went through a lot of it. I think I never beat like Ascension 5 or something, and that was usually only with the Silent, because Silent was always my favorite in the first one. You just get like these crazy decks that were like, put 10,000 poison on some idiot. Yeah, I remember you were up to quite a bit. Oh, they're so close. I'm gonna just go ahead and pull this out just a tiny bit and then cut this just a little shorter, just to make my life easier. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot. And I feel like when you get down to it, there's only a few really viable builds, right? That like each character maybe has 2 viable builds when it gets really hard. And that's okay, but it's like, it just doesn't, that's the problem with like a lot of deck building games or Dicey Dungeons or anything like that, is you hit your wall. But I do like having, you know, more characters makes that a little bit more fun. All right, we need to find the white one. Is the white one down there? Hello, Mr. White One. Yeah, because like, you know, attacking all monsters doesn't necessarily help you against a boss, right? Unless the boss has minions and that kind of stuff. I think we'll just pull this. Oh, I'm so smart. And sometimes you just get stuck with cards that like, you can get stuck with something early that just kills you. I found that like getting a random card early is usually a really bad thing. Like Neo or whatever the whale's name is. Getting that card early is just like, oh God, no. Come on, do your thing. It's trying. You want to do it. You want to go. Oh, it's doing it. Yes, good. Oh, Cool. Cool, I love it. So that's the cable. And theoretically, I can heat this up and it'll shrink it around there really nicely. Hot glue it onto the end here. I probably can like cut this a little narrower so that the heat shrink actually goes around this little bit. Cool, that'll be good. Good, good, good. And that'll be my new cable. It's a little bit different than the last one, but I think the flat cabling will also kind of be super nice for holding it against stuff. And that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's pretty good change here. Cam 2. So that's the before and after of those same button boxes. A little bit smaller, huh? Like a third the size or so. I like it. I like it a lot. It's gonna be nice. I can't wait to work with this a little bit more, play with this a little bit more, figure out some ideas of stuff to improve even more. But ultimately, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to do today, is at least get this started. I know in the future, oh TK, I got these, this is kind of cool. You probably missed this earlier. I got these new breadboards, circuit boards, 3 boards technically, that fit onto the shields. So I can actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo this rat's nest of a control setup, so that I can just set this on it. And then all I have to do is I'm gonna 3D print a housing for this that's much smaller, and then use these. These are I originally bought these for, and they'll work well for this, but I don't think they're gonna work well for what I was originally thinking I was gonna use it for on this other thing. Is I'll attach this one into the 3D print housing, and then that way I can just, this one will be directly wired into the housing, and then these guys will just snap into place when I want to add my parts to them. So maybe I can even do that with these here, honestly. I just gotta figure out how to do that. But yeah, it might end up being me like redoing the bottom of this and soldering these guys onto here, and then putting this housing on there, or just maybe I can actually uncrimp these. It's a bummer that it didn't come with these little crimps. Maybe I just buy the crimps. I might even have something like that. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll at least get some of these guys, crimp them in myself, and then get this all wired up. Because I feel like, yeah, having this pressed fit into a thing locked into the wall of my housing, and then you just pop these in and you're plugged in, will be way easier. So, all right, I think that's good though. I am making everything modular. I think that's great though. Yeah. So thanks for coming. This is a fun little journey through making a mess in my studio. I do this pretty regularly, making messes. But yeah, if you're interested in more stuff that I do, I've got the rest of the YouTube channel, a Blue Sky, I've got a web store. I've got my newest things on my web store. Let me grab those. Or I'll be adding them shortly. These are hooves. Hooves. I got hooves. These little hooves. So they're my little badge holders. You can clap your lanyard onto it, or like a badge clip, and then They got a little NFC tag in them so you can save your website or whatever to them. But these are mine for the deer friends. I've got little guys too. These are little like collar tag kind of things. So yeah, should be pretty cool. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I have them with tons and tons of colors to choose from. So yeah. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. And out.